Hey guys, welcome back to Pillbox Movies. I'm Hank, and today we're going to be watching the 1936 American musical, Swing Time. This is a film starring the inimitable duo Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. It's their sixth collaboration, I believe. The film is directed by George Stevens. George Stevens has been previously featured on this channel with the gigantic movie Giant, and Astaire and Rogers has been previously featured with Top Hat. The film is scored by Jerome Kern of Broadway fame, and the book and/or lyrics, and the lyrics are written by Dorothy Fields, also of Broadway fame. She did the lyrics for and book, I believe, for Annie Get Your Gun, as well as Sweet Charity. It was an extensive career. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is regarded by many as Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire's greatest collaboration. It's been touted by numerous publications as their best dance film from a dance perspective. I'm excited to see what it has to offer. So yeah, let's watch Swing Time. Oh, and just a note, this movie was suggested by Patreon patron Jessica Askovich. That'll come up later, but for now, thank you, Jessica. Thank you. And please, consider subscribing to my Patreon. And before we get started, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more old, obscure, and art house films. And this is available to view, as per usual, I guess, on the Criterion Collection. In the Criterion Collection, via the Criterion Collection, via con Dios, and RKO Production. Cinema's finest, American cinema's one of American cinema's finest logo intros. I personally really like Universal's too. Mr. Astaire. Always looking svelte.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait, take a bow. Oh, you take a bow.
A rare instance where we get to see Fred Astaire look taller than his co-star.
Have you really made up your mind to leave me?
Do you see the card on a string on his back? Part of his act.
With your talent.
My talent is gambling, Pop. Is he staying with us, Pop?
No, he's made up his mind to get married.
Really? You got a hem in there? I think it looks fine. It's a European look.
Just a hick town.
Okay. So, Astaire's character is obsessed with fashion.
Last year's trousers. Last year's trousers? No cuffs.
No cuffs.
Tell him the minister's here. Margaret's been ready for an hour. We're all waiting for him.
All right, I'll tell him.
They're gonna accidentally tear it.
It was the minister. He said to take it easy. He'll be about a half hour late.
Wait a minute. You're not gonna run out with all our dough.
I gotta get married.
I'll bet you the bankroll you don't get married.
That's a bet.
So.
I wouldn't let you marry her for $10,000.
How about 20?
Not for 20,000.
25.
Not for 25. Say, young man, where could you get $25,000? Well, if you go to New York and
He's playing Margaret.
work hard at your business, and if you're successful, you can come back here and ask me for my money.
Daddy Furness.
Realize what a bright, young, upstanding young man you were. And I don't care how big the city, I feel confident you're going to be successful.
This is the kind of chaos emblematic of Fred Astaire kind of comedy, overlapping stuff, everybody kind of crowding in on you. I don't know if it's like Fred Astaire's particular comedic stylings or that of the writers or whomever else, but his character seems to be constantly beset upon by crowds.
Smoke.
Well, take the quarter.
Oh, no, sir. Not that lucky one.
Ginger always has great hair going.
Won't work, not unless you have a needle and thread.
Nice. Lucky quarter.
Looks like a jackpot.
Here, go and get your lucky quarter back, quick.
I beg your pardon.
Oh,
You probably think I'm...
that jacket. Oh my gosh, that's that sports jacket.
that quarter.
That
I
coat.
wonder if I could have it back.
Jacket cape combo.
All I want to know is...
Officer, this man stole a quarter from my purse. Make him give it back.
Now, miss, does he look like a man that would go around stealing quarters?
A-cab.
You run along, sister, before I run you in for disturbing the peace.
A-cab.
Why, you Cossack.
Ah! You didn't have to go that far.
Oh, but guys like you pay me to protect them from screwy dames.
That's all very well, but in this instance, I'm sure you were wrong.
Oh, so now I'm wrong.
Haha, the joke where they say a swear.
What did you say?
I said look out for the great big ditch.
Great big Wow! That was a much more blue joke than I was expecting. Let's compare this dance studio to the one in Dance Girl Dance.
Look, kids.
No wonder this school's losing money. Everybody late every morning.
You, Mabel?
I don't know. Tell me, is it?
Oh, it's Helen Broderick. She was also her co-star, Ginger Rogers' co-star in Top Hat.
Have you any preferences to the type of instructors you like?
This is actually the same initial plot of Shall We Dance, which is a great 90s film that you should all check out.
You're a very fortunate young man to learn to dance, to move, to flirt with Pepsi.
He was in Top Hat too, wasn't he? He was the butler, right? The one that had the little tiff with Fred Astaire's best friend.
Miss Carroll, this is Mr. Garnett. This is Miss Penelope Carroll. Mr. Garnett is very anxious to learn how to dance.
Oh, so you won't always be stepping on other people's toes.
I really like the texture of the ruffles on her collar. That's a really nice accent to her dress. A very simple dress. Ooh, beautiful
You
pleats.
must learn to walk first. Right, left, right, left,
This is fun.
right.
I kind of really love. It's very simple camera work, but this very, very slow kind of metronymic camera work. These slow pan ins and outs to follow them as they walk.
Sweet-tempered, patient, and understanding.
1, 2, 3, 2. Let's try it again. The beginning. 1, 2, 3. Now you've got it.
A very slight kind of camera thing. I know it's because, she's like a beautiful leading lady or whatever, but the camera is a little bit tighter on her than it has been on some of the other characters.
I can't teach you.
Other actors.
Dust myself off, start all over again. A pleasant trip.
And this is a little bit of the virtuosity of Ginger's and Astaire feeding into the directorial style of George Stevens. This is all one shot.
You may be sick and tired, but you'll be a man, my son.
Your endurance is great.
I really, really love how lethargic the camera movements in this are. It's really, really soft. It's a really, really delicate touch.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I know, I'm fine.
I really gotta do something about those floors.
Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, start all over again. Shall we try it right through? Won't you sit down, Mr. Gordon?
I love Astaire's light touch. Just the really, really soft way he leads. It's truly beguiling. They're just so playful about it.
Listen, Lucky Garnett, there's no use arguing.
I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are. Lucky?
Astaire and Rogers are like Beatrice and Benedict, just like elemental push and pull.
Someday when
I'm awfully... I didn't know they used this song in... Awfully, never, never change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it, 'cause I love you. What other movie is this in? One of the great songs in the pantheon of musical theater. And of course she doesn't look exactly lovely because she's doing her hair or whatever.
Ricardo,
Hello.
I want you to meet Mr. Garnett. He's going to dance with me tonight.
How do you do? You know, I played that last number specially for you.
Yes, indeed. Just keep that hand grip. And the emblematic 30s style with the insane backless dress or gown.
Don't be nervous. It's only a dance we have to do. It's nothing to worry about.
That's right. Don't worry at all, my dear. Because you're not going to dance. Because there isn't going to be any music.
I'll dance with Lucky or not at all.
That's what I said, too. Not at all.
Very interesting. Are they going to do a silent tap dance number?
But I lost his contract last night playing cards. He's now the property of Dice Raymond.
Think we could interest Raymond in another game for that contract?
I doubt it.
Where is this Raymond?
American Dream. Where there's a prospect, there's a way. Nothing but a chip in a chair.
Will you excuse me for a second? I think I need a bit of fresh air. Can't stand the strain.
Wait a second.
27, red, and third dozen.
This is no strain.
I'm gonna have to do a full playlist of gambling movies featured on this channel. This California Split. I'm hoping Baie d'Ange.
I didn't want to see anyone else dance with you. It makes me jealous.
Jealous?
And like Top Hat, we have another ethnic court rival.
Very funny way of showing it.
On the red.
For Ginger Rogers' character's affections.
I want you to have a look at this new fella. He's taken me and...
You have a contract with Romero, haven't you?
Ooh, I like the little bolo that the club
what I
owner, that the casino owner has. They're an interesting pairing with his bow tie. I wonder if that's
All my winnings against
what that
his
actually
contract.
is.
Scared?
Maybe that's for his
You're
watch?
You're covered.
Good thing he's got a magician on his side. He can swap the decks.
Wait a minute. Let me, will you?
Ace of spades.
My favorite maestro, Mr. Ricardo Romero, has very kindly requested that Miss Carol and I dance to his newest composition, the lovely waltz in swing time.
Hey, wait a minute. I didn't see
Oh,
anything.
look, he wants to be coaxed. What's the matter, Ricky, old boy? You bashful?
Why do they still need to do this? They've already won like a whole boatload of cash. Really beautiful choreography, kind of centering Ginger Rogers.
Wait a minute, where are you going?
I'm going in and get Pop.
It's kind of hard to
I'll
articulate
do it for you.
what this
Sit
movie is
still.
making me feel. I'm gonna pause for a second. It's kind of hard to articulate what this movie is making me feel. It's definitely like a grand and joyful and sumptuous production, much like Top Hat. But I think Top Hat, well, they both present elements of like screwball comedy, but whether it's because of the director or because of the sensibilities of the performers or the script, for whatever reason, I think that Top Hat felt more like a screwball comedy, and definitely geared towards that comedy and that frantic pace. Despite everything, the plot like drove forward with a manic pace, and there's these constant turns and revelations and mistaken identities and stuff going on in that. And I think that the script for Top Hat is really kind of charged with a lot of energy, and comparatively, maybe it's because of George Stevens' particular style, I don't know, but this seems more relaxed and muted and almost lethargic in a way. And part of that is frustrating, I guess, or just like a different pace from Top Hat, but I think it's an interesting contrast where this almost feels I feel really weird saying this for like a 30s comedy or a 30s dance movie musical, but it feels like almost dreamlike or reflective in its pace. And I don't know if that's just like my modern sensibilities imposing that on the movie, but it feels slowed down and reflective in a way that Top Hat doesn't. There's a lot of time to allow you to, like, I don't know, just like sit and bathe and dream in the Astaire Rogers combo without the ornamentation of so much plot and so many elements to keep like juggling around in your brain. Let's see if it continues in this. I don't know, it's a really interesting feeling how slowly their feelings for each other bubble up. So I'm actually at odds with my earlier statement about them being like Benedict and Beatrice. This is actually a very it's a very slow escalation of their feelings for each other.
I'm cold.
Like this quiet version of New York where everything's like very muted and it's during winter time and it's just beautifully serene. And they're entering into a gazebo like in Top Hat again. But do you get a sense of what I mean? That this feels like dreamlike in comparison? Almost mystifying. It's a very I don't know. It's a very weird kind of dynamic that they're drumming up with each other in comparison to Top Hat and the kind of usual rom-com sensibility of like enemies to lovers. They still started out as like enemies or contentious with each other, but I
like being off alone like this.
You're not alone. You're with me.
But the affection and the attraction has been bubbling so much in the undercurrent. It feels unspoken. It feels oddly sexual.
You know, you ought to be wearing galoshes.
I think we better go home.
I do fret for her ankles.
Romance you won't nestle.
It's really cute that this is like a female-led love story. It's a very, very different sensibility from Top Hat. Top Hat has such an aggressive courtship style to it. I don't think any of the screenwriters for this were women. It's like there's like 6 screenwriters or contributing writers on this, but I think they're all guys. But a very, very, very different sensibility. Virtuosic crane shot. Yeah, I get you.
It certainly is beautiful, isn't it? Yeah.
The plunge, White Zombie.
The skirt's nice.
Yeah.
The sleeves are nice.
Oh, it's a cape.
Yeah, she doesn't have any sleeves.
Back is nice.
The back is nice.
You. Oh.
His lips.
Bye.
I really like their flirting in this. It feels really kind of relaxed and down to earth and realistic in a way. I mean, oh no! Oh no! Who recommended this to me? Jessica? Jessica, you did not warn me. What am I supposed to do with this? This is in the Criterion Collection. I don't know what to do with that. I mean, Bamboozled is in the Criterion Collection, but with different intent in its blackface. It's like I'm watching Jaws now. I'm just waiting for the shark to arrive. I'm watching Boogie Nights. Oh no! Let's watch The Jazz Singer on this channel. I've never seen The Jazz Singer. I'd love to watch it. Uncomfortability aside, I do not. I obviously do not condone blackface. And this is a very creative idea with the 3 silhouettes. Oh no, his fiancee is there. I think, and this isn't excusing anything, but I do think, like, at least, like, historically, in terms of background, that Dorothy Fields did come up through the Tin Pan Alley tradition. I don't know if Jerome Kern did.
I'm looking for you. I wanted to tell you how wonderful you were.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. Thanks, Margaret.
You told me he wasn't going to gamble anymore because he'd have to go back and marry.
Please. This is Miss Watson, my fiancée.
How do you do? Hello.
Roger's cold blue eyes.
Why don't you laugh?
It's a movie weirdly centered around kind of female experience. From when they first arrive in New York to the last, there's a lot of kind of wraparounds in terms of female advancement, female disappointment, female love and intimacy and attraction. They are very, very cute with how they frame kisses in this movie.
Penny, figure this thing out, and
Well, it's all decided now.
For always?
Yes.
This is the first time we've gotten tighter framing on Fred Astaire as opposed to Ginger Rogers. They're keeping her at in a wide, and when it goes on the reverse, Fred Astaire's in a close-up. His emotions are really up front, and she's maintaining an emotional distance.
Does she dance very beautifully?
Oh my god. That's painful. Yes, because she's you! Ah!
The girl you're engaged to. The girl you're going to marry.
Oh, I don't know. I've danced with you. I'm never going to dance again.
Well, you also said you weren't going to gamble. Ah! Take her. Oh no. Problematic. Swing time is problematic for multiple reasons. This is like intensely sexual musical comedy. Much more so than Top Hat. In a way, I would be I would blush to show this to children, just in the way that it conceptualizes adult relationships far differently from Top Hat. Like, if I were given the choice of which of these movies Nora Ephron would go for, Top Hat or Swing Time, I think she would go for Swing Time. I think the simmering sexual tension of the characters would appeal to her. And they're continuing on the theme of these dances, of them leaving on an unresolved note. The initial dance that they did at the casino, I think, ended with them trailing off of behind the screens, and so you're kind of left with a little bit of longing, a bit of a desire to see it completed or fulfilled. And this ends on a similar note, going frame left instead of right, with the duet almost feeling incomplete, or it does feel incomplete because she leaves him, and they don't like consummate the duet.
Hello, Lucky. Or perhaps you should call me Lucky today, huh?
These movies have a less than flattering depiction of ethnic whites. I mean, ethnics in general, but... Squire.
Oh, it's going to be such a wonderful wedding. Raymond has been very nice and turned over the entire place to us. My own orchestra is going to be there and play.
He just keeps on stealing these men's weddings. Well, he's not coming, but we get married instead.
You just came to laugh at my wedding.
No, I'm laughing because there isn't going to be any wedding.
We murdered your fiancé. He stole his pants. Yeah. A repeated motif of dropping your trousers.
Well, what about the wedding?
There isn't going to be any.
Is this really a reason not to get married? Okay. Or you do you guys. Ginger Rogers is a redhead? They do the thing again with not showing them kiss. Cool. Yeah, so some errant thoughts. Great dancing that tells the story. Like I said, I think this was a more like feminine forward or feminine centered story than some other romantic comedies or musical comedies that I've seen from this era, going back to like when they first arrive in New York, with the women having trouble with the policemen of not being believed, or with their employer and getting fired and needing to secure another job and having to audition for men again, and the way that Penny's love story, I really think that it's a mutual love story between the two of them, but I think that it really centers Penny's emotions and attractions and affections more so than Lucky's, and it's about her attraction and her it at least forefronts her attraction and her intimacy and her sexual desire more so than his. His is more kind of reacting to that. And I found that really interesting in contrast to Top Hat, and in contrast to how I kind of think of comedies from the 30s and rom-coms from the 30s. This was very, very, in my view at least, very, very tempered, restrained, and like I said with Stevens' camera work, almost lethargic. It was a very kind of serene, subterfuge treatment of romance and of sexuality. I think it was a very kind of sensual movie in comparison to Top Hat, which I think of as very, very screwball. Yeah, that was Swing Time. I think it's worth a watch. As long as you're aware of the caveats to this movie. And I really like it for its less intense, less chaotic, and comedic, and more realistic and slow-burning approach to romance. Yeah, that was Swing Time. Let me know what you think. And don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more old, obscure, and art house films. And until next time, keep watching good movies.